Hey, today we are shifting our focus forward and what that looks like. You know, there's a lot of reasons we all know that we need to stop looking in the past, stop looking back here, and just continue to move forward, right? But how do people do that? People really struggle with that, I find, especially women, when their heart is involved or they really had a goal or a dream or this version of what their life was going to turn out to be like. And then guess what? It doesn't at all. Like, you can have a plan. And for those of you who have been listening and watching, I focus on faith because I truly believe that we cannot get through a lot of the things in our life without that. But more than that, it's not even just when we're down and we have bad things happen. It is every day a choice that you have to be able to make in order to grow your faith forward. Because if you don't have that connection with your Savior, with God, I really think, and I know from personal experience and talking with other clients, that it's a struggle. I mean, life is hard, and it's hard as a Christian and it's hard as a non-Christian, but there is hope and peace being a Christian, even when you are struggling through the worst things in your life. If you don't understand that, it's probably because you've never experienced that. And I would encourage you to dive deep into your faith. This isn't about religion. It's about having that personal relationship with your God and what that looks like. A little bit of my past and my story is I was born and raised in a church. We attended church very, very religiously. And that's just it. It was a religion that we attended. For me, anyway. My parents were strong Christians. But for me personally, as a woman, I never got into my Christianity and had that relationship with Jesus until I was in my mid-30s. And it happened during probably one of the worst times in my life. And that's when, you know what, ladies, when we're down, that's when we look up, right? We start searching. We are like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. I can't get off the couch. I can't do this. I need that support. And that's what happened to me. A lot of people could say, why didn't Jesus prevent that terrible heartache, that loss of a job, that death of a child, the divorce, the whatever it is for you? You grab onto that, you know what it is for you. Why didn't he prevent that? And you guys, there's no answer to that. Only he knows. But when you have faith, there is something inside of you that completely changes, even in the really, really hard stuff. You know, and you reach out to him, and you might be mad at him for different things, but there is a strength in anchoring with your faith. And that's a relationship. That is not just you going to church and listening to the pastor, which is great. We all need to go to church. It is part of what we do as a community of people in the faith. But a big part of it is, as a Christian, it is hands down having that relationship. And what does that look like to anchor in faith? Everybody has a different version, and you will be called to different things. You're going to hear God talking to you. It might not be an audible voice. It probably won't be. For most of us, it's not. But you're going to hear those nudges. When you hear a nudge and you know that it comes with peace, it feels good to you, not just feels good physically and in your heart races, that's not necessarily from God. Because the devil is really sneaky. He will do a lot of things, and he will throw a lot of things to you, and it's going to make you feel good, right? Drugs, alcohol, sex with somebody gorgeous, you know, whatever. It feels good in the moment, or you think it might, but is it really going to bring you joy and peace? There's a difference. You know when it's God that's talking to you, or tapping you on the shoulder is what I've always called it. Little God winks, a lot of people refer to it, and there's definitely that. But you know that it's coming from the good source when it brings you peace. When it's something, if you're struggling to move forward and you keep looking back here and you don't know where to go, reach out, dig deep in your faith. And how to, you just do it every day. And when your mind starts going to the things that are hurting you or the people that are hurting you, it's so important to step away, step back, and really look at where you feel and know a sense of peace inside of you, no matter what you're going through. When you have that, you can get through pretty much anything. There's a saying out there that says, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. And I absolutely do not agree with that. Absolutely don't agree. I believe that God gives you more than you can handle for one reason. So you reach out to Him to pull you out of those pits. And if that is you, you know it. And God will pull you out of those pits. It's going to take you to crawl perhaps in some situations, but when you have that faith and you grow it every day, you guys, it's a game changer. When you have that relationship and you're committed to it, like if you're a woman that loves people wholeheartedly and you're a woman that is of commitment and integrity, when you have that relationship with God, it's the same thing. You do things you don't necessarily want to do because you know that He is leading you. And He's leading you. He is the only person, in my opinion, that will truly lead you to the right path all the time. There's going to be mentors and coaches, and even if you have a partner, there's going to be times where they say things that are definitely great. Yes, latch on to that if it's a good leadership, mentorship, if you have a strong Christian family member or partner in your life. There are things that people will do that will take you forward, but God is the only one that is going to give you the right advice all the time, and you're not going to want to listen sometimes. And that's testing our faith, walking in faith, even when it doesn't feel good, even when it hurts really, really badly. You still continue to grow and walk in faith. And if you start doing daily gratitude, daily intentional, diving into growing that relationship, those two things right there, it'll change everything. It will help you change your mindset, and it'll take you from here to here. But this isn't something you can just do one time or twice or, for 28 days to make it a habit. Yes, start with 28 days. Start with 1 day, then go to 2 days, and get to 28, because they say, if you do something for 28 days, it becomes a habit. But you guys, if you get to that point, it becomes that habit, and then make it a lifelong thing. And there's going to be days when you don't have time to sit down and open your Bible and read the Bible and do that. But if you have time while you're driving to work, you should probably find the time. And if you've got some time in the car, if you're driving across town, that's great time to grow your faith. And for those of you who have been watching, you can tell that I'm in the same room that I usually am in, but you also may notice that I'm positioned differently, right? I have a couple of doors behind me, and there's actually one over here too. This is my little vent door, but I did a post the other day because we have a choice in everything that we do, right? And let's just pretend that there are two doors here, and you guys have a choice. You have a choice to walk through whichever door you're going to choose, whether it's if you're looking at new jobs, if you don't know what to do with something with your children or addiction or whatever it is that you are struggling with. You have two options. You can choose this door or you can choose this door. And you can keep pulling on it and pulling on it and pulling on it. But if you won't walk through it, it doesn't matter, right? If you guys are just leaving the doors closed, and one of these doors, this door here, we'll just say, it needs to stay shut, right? Sometimes the door needs to stay shut, and you can stop pulling on it. And when you're ready to stop pulling on it, and when you know it, if it's a struggle and you're pulling and forcing it and it doesn't work, it's not your door, you guys. It's the wrong door. There are things that will be challenging, and God will test you. He'll test your faith. You might try something over and over and over again, but there's a difference between trying something and doing something over and over and over again, and there'd be a peace about that. But then there's the other where you try and you force it and you do the things, and then there's no peace. You'll know when not to walk through that door, to stop, because the peace will be gone. There won't be peace. There won't be a sense of calm there anymore. But if you open this door over here, you can literally just open it and walk through, because there's a peace about it. You guys have a choice. We can walk through the doors that we know are right for us and good and taking us forward. And if we're not sure, continue to ask for help every day. Pray about it. Pray about it. We talk about faith here a lot. And if you're not anchoring in your faith and your belief, you're going to have a hard time getting to where you want to be. This is about building that faith. And it's not just the faith in Jesus, it's faith in yourself. And that won't come unless you have faith in God. Because you're going to get knocked down, life's going to kick your butt. If it's not going good and there's still peace, you'll know that it's from God. And if it's not, you won't. And if there's no way for you to tell the difference if you're not growing that relationship with Him. Shifting your focus into a faith mode every day is huge. And it has to be done in order for you to move forward. I have 5 pillars that I really focus in on, and one of them is anchoring in faith and shifting forward, moving forward. They're all so important for you to get from where you are to where you want to be in your life, whether it's your physical appearance, if you want to lose weight, if you want to improve your gut health, if you want to forgive somebody and you don't know how, mindset, growing your faith, letting go of the past and moving forward. And those are a lot of the things that I really dive into when I'm doing my coaching sessions with women. I focus on personalized coaching, and it can be in a group or it can be individual. In that coaching, we do not talk about the hard stuff that we've been through. Our focus in my coaching sessions is going from here to here, walking the steps, taking the daily intention, getting the mindset in order. It's a great path for those of you that are looking to get from here to here. And the link is going to be in the YouTube video on the bottom. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps so that I know I'm providing value to you guys and focusing on things that are important to you. This is about you, focusing on your growth, your mindset, your faith, and moving forward with gratitude and taking daily action. I talk about the doors. This is where what I did the other day. There's so many people, whether it's in my coaching or whether it's in my wellness, where I help women that are looking to improve their finances and reduce toxins in all their daily essentials. Both of them are wellness focused, and it's what I'm passionate about. And I was talking the other day about the doors, and that's why I went with this theme today. We have 2 options. We can go in this door or we can go in this door. And one of them opens and the other is locked. And you have a choice. You can go to the door that's closed. And you know what? Maybe this is you. Maybe this is you. You're that door that's closed off. If you don't want to change your life, if you don't want to go forward and you just gonna keep that door shut, that's your deal. And one day though, you're gonna be so sick and tired of being stuck behind that door, not moving forward in your health, in your wealth, in your personal life, in your mindset, or in your professional life. If you are an entrepreneur like myself, if your mindset isn't in the right space for where you want to be, you won't advance your business. You won't get to the place where you want. You only grow in your business as far as your mind is in your personal life. So it's all about self-development. And so then there's this door over here. You can go to this door and you can open the door and walk through it. You have to take the initiative to do it. You have to walk to the door, look at the door, and then walk through the door, right? You can't just hope and pray for you to lose weight, you to improve your mindset, to grow your faith, to have gratitude, to take daily action. You can't just hope and pray for that. You have to be intentional and take the action and take the steps forward. Yes, I get very, very passionate. You guys, like I said, you never have to guess what I'm thinking. I'm very passionate about helping women, and being able to do that through my coaching services or through my wellness business has been a game changer. And it's not a game changer even for me. It's been for me, but it's really about you and a game changer for the women that I work with. Anchoring in faith in every aspect of your life. In your personal life, in your professional life, in your spiritual life, your physical life, in every aspect. And all of those things are so important, but we have to start with faith, and then we have to take daily action. And sometimes it's not just daily, it's hourly, it's every 5 minutes. It can be different things. Every single day we're given a new chance, a new opportunity, and sometimes it's hour by hour. And if we get into a funk, that's okay. We're gonna have those feelings, feel the feelings, and then accept the feelings, and then move forward to where you wanna go. Stop trying to keep the doors closed. Open the doors. Open the doors to where you wanna be. That means you have to be open. You can't just hope that that door opens or hope that you open that door. You have to open it and walk through it. This door is easy. There's going to be challenges behind both doors, but either way, you have to open them. One of them, you know, is not a good place for you to be, whether it's the door is stuck and you can't get through and it's being forced and there's no peace in it, and there's a bad peace about it, you know to just stay away from this door. Or if this door is you being closed off all the time, that's not your door. Unless you like being stuck, then that's your door. You stay there. But I'm going to challenge you. Nobody wants to be stuck in their life. Nobody wants to be in a place where they don't know how to move forward. When you can walk through that door because you looked at the door, you know in your heart and in your gut that that's a good door and there's peace in it, go to the door and walk through the door. There are people out there that can help, and mentors and coaches, but you have to take the steps. You have to do the action. And part of what I do is help you to be accountable to yourself, not for me, but for you, because you have a goal and a dream about who you are and who you want to be and where you want to be in the next, let's say, year. And if you don't take those actions now, you're going to be stuck in the same place at this door, not getting out. Maybe it's you that's stuck. Maybe it's the door. There's something on the other side that's evil and terrible. Just stay away from this door, you guys. It's not a good place if there's no peace. Stay with the door that's open, that provides the clarity and challenges with both. But wouldn't you rather walk through a door that there's some challenges and you're gonna have struggles, but it's open and it brings you peace, rather than being the stuck door or trying to force something that doesn't bring you any peace. Stay in faith, walk in faith every day, and I'm happy to help those of you that are looking to have someone walk alongside of you. We need to walk through that door with someone, Jesus first. Save yourself the time and the suffering, you guys. If I could say, of all the things, it's taken me years to find out and to do the things and to be consistent, to be committed to myself, to my self-care. And that's not selfish, you guys. We need to take care of ourselves first and foremost. Jesus needs to be attached to us so we can be the woman that we're meant to be for the people in our life that come into our life and to move forward in that. And we might not want to accept help, but if we can save time without having to go diving and digging and figuring it all out, I would encourage you to reach out in the link down below. A lot of the time, a mentor will listen to you, but maybe not hold you accountable. And that's part of what my coaching does. I hope you really just anchor in your faith and continue to grow it every day.